broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
I have way too much fun with these opening songs. This one was Megan's suggestion, which is glorious.
I know, it kind of was, we were discussing a bunch of different opening songs, and then Megan said, we didn't start the fire, and we just kind of went with that.
And the Speed Racer theme was an option, Burn from Hamilton was an option.
Right.
No, we went with this because it was glorious.
Yep. This is one of those songs where, like, people who are really drunk at karaoke think they can do it, and then it takes about 2 seconds for everyone to realize they can't.
You know what it is? That and End of the World.
I was going to say this, End of the World, and I Would Do Anything for Love.
Yes. No, my favorite is when someone tries to pull up the My Heart Will Go On.
My favorite was a guy at 1 a.m. howling Purple Rain to his girlfriend. I've been there, done that before. Anyway,
my favorite.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Karaoke Stories. Welcome to another episode of the Transformers Robots in Disguise After Show. We are looking at episode 4, Suspended, and we are having way too much fun with the background music tonight.
Yeah.
With me, of course, are my wonderful hosts, together again for the first time this season.
We did it!
Emma the Speedster Fyffe.
That's me, Emma Fyffe. You can follow me all over the internet at Emma Fyffe, which is my name.
Alexis the Wrecker Torres.
I'm on a record at atorres890.
Megan Lord Megantron Salinas.
Hey guys, you can tweet at me at the Menguin. That's TheMenguin.
And I am Katie Kia Prime Cullen. You can find me on Twitter at KiaJ. That's KIAXET. We are looking at the Twitter hashtag. It is ABTVRID. I assume we have the live chat up.
We do.
Is that a thing?
We got
it.
We
have the live chat. So.
Oh,
there
it
it is.
is.
There's the live chat. It's
Live
working.
chat is happening, guys. It's working.
We're on a slight delay. So if you have something fun to say, throw it on Twitter, put it in the live chat. You may well get a shout out. So let's talk about Suspended. What did we think of the show?
It was good. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, it was. This is the thing that I was saying going into it was it was not a bad episode. It was very tropey. It was a very straightforward story, and it was enjoyable.
I was honestly surprised that we didn't get an away team episode this week. I thought we were going to alternate, but nope.
I'm actually going to say something to that. I actually sort of like that we didn't alternate because I think you could very quickly fall into a pattern of A team, B team, A team, B team, A team, B team, and I think that, quite honestly, the group that we've seen for the last 2 episodes, that is still the primary story. It's kind of like, you know, when you're writing a script, usually for TV writing, you're going to have an A story that's the main story that you're following for the episode, the B story, which is like second most important, and then you might have a C story, which is pretty insignificant and often just comic relief.
Yeah.
Well, and it's again, if we are going to be sticking with B's team, it's good to follow through with a plot element that was set up in the last one,
right?
Which is Strongarm without sideswipe.
That's true.
And so, yeah, we had the whole teamwork thing last time, and now we have a self-confidence thing.
Yeah.
See, Strongarm without sideswipe needs to adjust, and sideswipe without Strongarm is still a jerk.
Well, he's gonna, guys, this is gonna be a big season for Sideswipe. I really feel there's gonna be a lot of positive character development.
I mean, he's
in the 15 minutes of screen time we've had so far.
He's on a road trip with Optimus Prime. If that doesn't make you a better person, nothing will.
He is like the one bot who doesn't care that he's on a road trip with Optimus Prime.
Yeah, but I will say that as a whole, this episode, I agree with Emma, it was kind of a standard episode, but I think it's an excellent prelude to the inevitable Crazy Bolt Spring Load team-up episode.
Oh my God, man.
All we need is Quillfire back as well, and we'll have all of the writers.
Oh boy. That'll be
we'll
great.
have all of the crazy zealots. It'll be great.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome. So let's talk a little bit about Crazy Bolt and Slice Dice, whose name I could not remember for the life of me.
Dice.
I think
That is not a good name.
I went through like so many different names. I was like, Ninja Chopper. No, that's not it.
Slap Chop.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And I was like,
God,
no.
can we call them Vince and Slap Chop?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
This is the
I
thing.
was thinking Speedy and Squealy.
Well, the
but-
thing is when we were talking about how Crazy Bolt like needed a nickname, like Crazy Bolt unto itself already kind of sounds like a nickname.
Yeah, no, for real.
Because Crazy Bolt sums up this character really well. Very well indeed.
It could only have been more accurate if they'd put some form of fire on there.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I really liked his fusion with his little minicon. It was great.
He just shoots him out of his mouth like.
I was very
That's
confused. I was just
horrifying.
like, okay, that's weird.
No, like it's. For one, we're getting a lot of really articulate cons this season.
We are.
Yeah.
Gone are the days of Filch, and Filch was the one that was really bad. But
Yeah.
I just keep thinking of Ped.
Oh,
That guy. Who would have been so
That
intimidating
guy.
except for the voice. Except that he was Mandark, and therefore no one took him seriously.
I mean,
Yeah, that was part of the point, though.
Yeah, I know. Wonderful acting.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
But yeah, going back to these two, I thought the Horny Toad design was actually really cool.
Yeah, I
I
really
agree
liked
with you.
this character design a lot.
Yeah.
It was a very good one.
Admittedly, horny toads are not something I would think of for being speedsters.
Yeah, well.
Have you ever tried to catch one?
Yeah, I just
True.
I was gonna
True,
say most
Megan.
frogs.
Any
It's usually
lizard.
hard to like. Well, not. I'm sorry. But it's usually hard to just. I don't know.
Lizards are hard to
Yeah,
catch.
lizards are really hard to catch,
They are.
and I don't know.
My hometown is very boring.
Oh, I think
Yep,
they're cute
okay.
though.
But yeah, and the I want to say Slice Dice was a gecko.
I was assuming
Not
he
a
was a
gecko,
gecko.
a chameleon. He looked more like a chameleon.
I thought
with
he was
the
a
buggy
gecko.
eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Have
I see
we
what you mean.
had a chameleon con though? I could have sworn.
I feel like yes.
we had the one that blended into everything, but that wasn't specifically a chameleon design.
Right.
Maybe it's just chameleon-like.
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
cannot
just
remember his
camouflage.
name.
chameleon abilities.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. I mean, I had a hard time trying to figure out, but I thought he was a little tiny little gecko.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's some sort of like amphibious creature.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. A salamander, perhaps.
Amphibious lizard-like creatures.
And Crazy Bolt spoke entirely in pseudo-philosophical purple prose, and it was kind of
that
amazing.
was really good how you put that. Because I was like, guys, you have to explain to me what was just happening
It
with
was
this
just
dialogue. 'Cause I was,
It was horrifically fancy, and it was trying to be smart, but it wasn't. So
Okay.
basically, we
It was
found
good.
the other corner of Reddit.
oh
Like, we had Quillfire, who's the 15-year-old Reddit anarchist, and Crazy Bolt is the 20-something liberal arts major who is way too deep in his philosophy class and just read Atlas Shrugged for the first time.
wow.
And is
Like,
also
on
into
the
arson.
nose.
And
Yeah.
it's also in arson. Yeah, sure.
and drag racing.
Yeah, no, like that sounds like a typical art school student who's trying to be like a greaser at the same time. Just saying.
You know, arson, drag racing, and philosophy. It's kind of like arson, murder,
I think
and
I know a guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, Marcy Dalmatian in the chat says Slice Dice looks more like a Savannah monitor lizard. This is
never
going
known
back to the our discussion of what exactly is a Slice Dice.
Send me a
And
picture.
then
It's
Kiki
like a slap chop, but with a worse infomercial.
and Kiki Stubbs says, I still want to call them fast and the lizard-ish.
Yes, I agree with you because that's what I was calling
They
him the
really
whole
were
time.
Fast and Furious, though,
They
because
were.
it was speedy and angry.
Yep.
Worst Muppet names ever.
I really enjoy that.
Oh man, I like Fast and Furious though.
Yeah.
I think we might have to keep
Good
that.
job, Kiki Stubbs.
Well done. Well done.
I love our fans. They're
Throw
great.
that in there
They're
with
great.
Hunger Like the Wolf and Legion of Spider. We can't do any of these without a pop culture reference, can
I
we?
know.
At least
yeah.
Except for Chompy,
like
but
it.
Liam named him,
Well,
so
I mean,
Liam gets
That's
to-
true. He did. So, who are we to
His
argue?
comments, I swear. So it was everything is speed all the time. The faster you go, the better. I could have sworn that there is a planet in the comics called Velocitron, I think, where the fast
Yes,
one
there is a racing
idea.
planet.
I'm
And
gonna
given
internet
that
that
this
right now because
episode-
that sounds very familiar.
And the
Okay.
episode was written by Margaret Scott.
It
Okay.
was, yes.
And
Okay.
she's definitely done a lot of the comics, so I'm not surprised to see that come up again.
agree.
And
there was-
Velocitron, it is
Okay.
otherwise known as the Speed Planet.
I am
Yeah.
amazed that I remembered that.
No,
I
but-
think I remembered that because that's where Comics Knockout is from.
Yeah, okay, yep. Colonized by a group of spacefaring, trailblazing Cybertronians.
Pirates.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, come on, guys.
be real, it's pirates.
Let's not beat around the bush.
Yeah, great.
So
Yes,
that's-
so yes, it is indeed a planet.
Oh,
So
that's
that's
so
what
cool.
Crazy Bold reminded me of,
Yeah, I know.
was that speed is everything and anything that gets in the way needs to die. Whether it be machines that are manufacturing speed bumps
Oh yeah, that's
in the middle of nowhere, I guess,
I
trying
guess.
to slow some people down, I guess.
or the forest, which doesn't want you driving large cars through there.
Well, I mean,
wonder
they don't
why.
want any cars going through there, but sure.
Yeah.
Just
Well, it's a
saying.
national park. It's like, obviously we can't just go around it.
Crown City
forbid.
itself is just really prone to forest fires and just lots of fires.
I feel like Crown City itself is just prone to disaster.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that's where the Alchemore crashed, but it's just this, again, it's Pawnee level dumb.
Oh,
It
but it
is.
was great though.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, no, they're still enduring. Pawnee can get like infuriating at times,
Yes.
but these guys, it's cute. It's
Yeah.
kid show cute.
Yeah.
Oh, honey.
I was particularly fond of the chillest bird watchers ever.
Whoa. Okay.
Like,
All right.
it's getting a little hot here.
Yeah,
I know.
In my brain, I was watching this with my boyfriend and all my roommates, and we were sitting there going, "I'm sorry, we would all be freaking out, running around in circles." And they're just like, "Oh man, it's getting a little warm in here. Maybe we should, I don't know, figure it out." Like, what? It's the vapor
Excuse me,
issue.
Fire Marshal Dan Ross. It's a
Dan,
little
yeah.
hot.
Well, see, I think I sort of saw it as, I mean, yes, they were definitely very calm. However, I also kind of saw it as in character for what we've come to encounter from the citizens of Crown City
yeah.
thus far. That, like, they just, stuff really doesn't faze them. Like, the whole city gets destroyed and they're like, nah, it's whatever. Like, we'll just build a new one.
Can we talk?
Forest fire. It's okay. The giant robots will save us.
Can we also
that
talk about
always
the
happens.
daughter in the car on the phone?
Oh my god.
Literally, they're about to fall to their death, and she's still like
texting.
when she literally sat there and the airbag hit her like in the face with her phone, she was like, "Oh man, that tweet's got to get out there because man, Kim Kardashian is missing this." Like, I don't know.
It's very Deadpool. No, okay, finish your tweet.
No, that's exactly how it felt. And I was, just
I
like,
was really
"What?"
concerned that she like broke her nose
That's what I was
with the
thinking.
force of the air.
Oh, there's glass in her face
Face.
from the airbag. That's why they tell you to keep it at 10 and 2, because if you have your hand on top of the wheel and your airbag goes off, it's going to
Yeah.
break your hand, your
Yeah.
wrist, your skull, all
Everything.
that fun stuff.
No.
Airbags are bad, but they are the lesser of two evils when it comes to car accidents.
No,
Yeah,
I
no,
completely
for
agree.
sure.
Yeah, but I also like that the dad was just like,
Nope.
run out the window.
And goodbye.
You
Should've
are
done that
going back
earlier.
to a flip phone.
Yeah. Oh man.
I don't care that we live in a technologically advanced city. You're going back to a flip phone.
My
You
mom-
nearly died.
My dad does that. If you're ever doing too much with your phone, he brings out the pink razor, reactivates that, and goes, "Here you go."
I actually really miss my
those.
I
pink
still have
razor.
mine. I still have mine. That's the one
all
they're
have a
using.
pink razor?
Maybe.
Mine was,
I did.
I had a silver one.
But we all had a razor at one
Yes,
point.
I think
Oh, yeah.
we did.
I feel like that was a rite of passage.
I felt
had
like it was.
I had a razor until I like everybody else was getting smartphones, and I literally had mine until it broke in half, and I literally couldn't fix it.
That's crazy.
That's
Oh,
precious.
I love that.
Allie in the chat thought the texting girl was really cute.
Yeah, no, great character design.
It was
I thought it
also
was
very
adorable.
much a teenagers
Yeah.
joke, and there wasn't really more to it.
I don't know that it was teenagers so much as it was just like people today. Oh man, and I'm guilty of being
No,
that
I'm the
person
same
who's
per-
just totally absorbed in their phone. So I really related to that aspect of this episode. I mean,
feel like you would pay a little attention.
I would definitely pay a little more attention if there was a car
The
accident.
fact
but
that you're like hanging off a bridge to like about to fall to
yeah,
your death.
I mean, I would notice.
You can definitely tell that like these episodes take a long time to make. Animation is a very timely process because if this was made like right now,
Right.
she'd be periscoping.
Yeah. She'd be like, "Hey, Snapchat, look, I'm about to follow my death." Like what? I was like, "What?"
Tell my fans I love them.
All right. Yep.
So now that we had that social commentary.
I just had to bring it up because I have two teenage brothers. Like we're like one's 17 and one's 14. Like they're right on the cusp there, and I'm just like, get off your phone. As I'm playing on my Nintendo DS.
Right, as you're like absorbed in another device.
Yeah, I was just like, get off your phones, guys. Come on, evolve. I'm sorry.
Seeing all the comics about how phones are like, oh, they're all disconnected. Oh, they're all this, and I'm like, what do you think we're doing on those phones? I have like 8 social networks going, and I'm talking with people. I don't.
Multitasking.
Yeah.
It's a thing of the future.
Yeah.
It's like I'm reaching out to
Double-edged
someone who's in
sword.
Hawaii right
Yep.
now.
Double-edged
It is a
sword.
blessing and a curse.
Yes.
Well, sometimes the people on your phone are more interesting than the people you're with.
I mean,
Not right now. I freaking love you guys.
I mean,
but
I
occasionally
feel
it's
you.
just like,
you're preaching to the
this is
choir,
not
girl.
happening.
Just preaching to the choir.
Does this meeting have anything to do with me? No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found that interesting. It was kind of nice to get back on the train there of how Strongarm was just like defeated after. It was kind of interesting to see that side of her, but it was kind of weird how quickly it happened. Maybe it's just me.
This is the
It
thing.
was a pretty big screw up.
Yeah.
It
Well, no, I
was.
mean, yeah, she
Correct.
almost, yeah,
It
she
was,
almost
and
killed people.
I have to say, I did feel that it was very in character for her.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just because it's something that like I related to very, very much. In that, like, I mean, Strongarm is way more lawful good than I am.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
Well,
throw
I
that
mean-
out there.
I mean,
But you know, so in the case of me having made a mistake similar to what she did, like I would have felt badly, but I wouldn't have beat myself up about it as much, I think, as she did. However, I understand being that hard on yourself and expecting, you know, yourself to be perfect all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
and
That was
just
high
hearing
school.
her,
Yeah,
just
that was
hearing
high
her
school.
go, "I'm a loose cannon, sir." It's simultaneously like adorable,
Yeah, that's what I was
and
thinking.
actually really sad.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I actually really enjoyed Strongarm's character arc in this episode.
Yes.
Because because ultimately, you know, it goes on to like B calls her and is like, "Oh man, Strongarm, I messed up." And she's like, "Sir, it's okay. People make mistakes." And he's like, "Yep, they sure do."
You don't say.
That's why I brought that up, because she was like, "Oh yeah, everything's fine. I mean, you can." I'm like, "But so Bumblebee's cool with it, but yeah, I mean, or you're okay with Bumblebee messing up, but you're not okay."
But that's how people are.
I know. I'm
No.
a giant poster child for that. I do that all the time. But like, it was just interesting to see. But I loved seeing that side of her too, and I thought it was great.
Well, and I thought it was probably the most relatable thing for me when she was like going. I don't know how they got that video from that angle, but when she's like going through the surveillance video of her mistake and doing like a play-by-play. Because anytime anybody like really screws up, that's exactly what you do. You're like, well, I could have done this. I could have done this. So
Yes. No, at 100%. That like it I feel like it applies to sort of any thing in your life that ultimately you didn't have as much control over the situation as you thought you did, but you just keep going over and over in your mind how you could have done it differently and how it could have turned out the way that you envisioned it. And
We could have had it all. I think we've all done this.
Oh, yeah.
We're all
100%.
sitting here flashing back to high school or college or whatever.
Or like
just being
yesterday.
Emma?
Or like recent regrets.
like specific, like real embarrassing moments where you either have your foot in your mouth or you do something really clumsy and embarrassing. You're like, there are so many things. There are so many possible timelines that could have
I'm just going through all of them in my
I think
head.
of the pants
I
of time
picked the
look like.
worst possible timeline.
Yes.
At least you didn't walk in with pizza to see everything on fire and people bleeding.
That's true.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Could always be worse. It could always be the Troy gif. Yeah, what I love is that a lot. Are you okay?
Oh, okay.
We don't talk about Community very often on this.
I know, so I was like, ha.
What I love is that a lot of this was also parenting techniques, especially talking with Denny.
yeah.
Like, as a
Come
parent,
on.
she needs a small, safe victory. And I'm having Steven Universe flashbacks here where it's like, no, that doesn't ever work. So we have her working with Fix-It on administrative duties, and he has to make her a console that will fit her.
Boy.
And it's Fix-It. You know, this thing is probably not wired correctly.
Nope.
I know.
So she pushes the wrong button and activates the security.
Yeah.
Because why?
I feel like the security issue comes up a lot, because I feel like just one wrong button or one wrong move or one wrong little glitch, it's just like, oh, I must shoot everybody. And I'm like, I feel like we've been doing this for how long now? Like, how have we not fixed this?
Has the security system ever actually been used for its intended purpose, or has it always been, oh shoot, it's turned on us now?
I think once.
I would actually really like to see them put out a short of like some kind of lower level Decepticon trying to infiltrate their base and just getting zapped repeatedly.
That was like the one with the car thief trying to steal everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember when the Decepticons like invaded the junkyard at the end of the last season.
They put up a force field.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Never mind. Maybe that's the time I thought that it was activated and it actually helped.
Well, it was working.
I mean,
The way it was supposed
It was
to.
something.
Yeah. It was
So
something.
Strongarm basically did the "leave me here to die" thing. Like, okay, I'm going to my room.
That's exactly what she did.
She's still a teenager, you guys.
Oh, yeah, I
She
forget
and
that.
Sideswipe are still like 17.
Wow.
And so sometimes they make good decisions, but a lot of the time,
It would have been really funny if, like, when she turned into a car and went into that little space, if she just turned up the music.
Yes, that's what I wanted. I'm so glad that you said that because I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, oh man, if I could just play some Fall Out Boy right now, this would be my high school.
Yes. Oh no, Simple Plan.
Or Simple Plan. Oh,
Simple Plan
I was just
was
listening
the
to that.
best for
Yep.
just.
Especially Untitled. Just
Oh, no.
all the tears.
Perfect.
They're perfect. Yeah,
Good.
those are the two. I'm just like.
Those kids these days, it would be My Chemical Romance.
I guess.
Actually, MCR is getting, like,
Yeah.
Oh,
but
but
for when we were in high school, that's not the kids these days.
What do the kids these days listen to when they're
don't
sad?
know.
Nothing close.
Because
Nothing
for me,
close
it
to
was
that.
Linkin Park.
I think
Yeah.
they listen to the
Old
dubsteps.
I'm so sad. Ooh.
Mine was more a lot of Scott Pilgrim, I guess. So
Yeah.
sad.
I like the parts.
Yeah, exactly.
At Sienna Pup 1024
Did she give us a picture?
tweeted a photo
Yes.
of the Savannah Monitor
thank you,
lizard,
thank you.
so we can see the resemblance.
Oh,
yeah,
that
totally.
looks a lot
That's it.
like
Yeah,
it.
that is the thing.
I'm a retweet that right now.
You are a winner. You are a winner.
AFI? Sorry, now I'm just thinking of bands now. Sorry. I'm okay.
But
That's what I'd love to see in the comments. What band did you listen to in high school when you were just feeling bad?
Or if you are in high
Egregiously-
school.
Yeah, no.
Egregiously
what do the kids listen to?
over dramatically bad.
whippersnappers.
What did you listen to?
do you
Or
listen
what
to?
are you listening to?
Oh man, I want to listen to Simple Plan now.
I will. Go ahead. Go.
I was getting back to the episode, were you?
I was too. I was just gonna say that when she did press the button, to me that was a very like Simpsons moment.
Yes.
Of like,
Yes.
okay, Homer, all you have to do is press the blue button.
Blue button.
The blue button, Homer. And then there's a nuclear meltdown.
Yep. When I step on your foot, you say.
Although again, yeah, Mr. Thompson.
Thompson.
But yeah, no, the again, that whole thing wasn't actually her fault though.
Yeah, no. You could see her pressing the blue button
Like,
and it
it's
went
clear.
crazy anyway. Like,
Yeah.
no, I've
'Cause it's
had touchpads and keyboards like
Yes.
that where you push something and something else goes insane. Like, why?
Guys, a lot of people in the chat are saying that they listen to sad anime original soundtracks.
That's what I was listening to.
I hear you.
Well, we know our audience.
I knew I liked our fans for specific reasons.
love you.
Ex Forever Love. Oh,
Oh, why would you do that? Mine was a lot of Full Metal Alchemist songs.
yeah.
Woof.
Yeah.
Steam.
I still listen to the Revolutionary Girl Uchida soundtrack when I'm like full of feelings. When I'm just like screw the world and the patriarchy specifically.
No, there's some Kingdom Hearts in there somewhere too.
Oh yes.
Which one?
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh.
Yes, I think I win.
Oh my god. Okay. No, the Birth by Sleep soundtrack has a couple of things on there that are just like, I'm in pain. I think this is what pain feels like.
Evangelion soundtrack.
Oh no, why would you do that? Oh
Most
no,
definitely.
you've taken my soul.
On anime soundtracks, I just have a lot of like opening themes, so very few of those are straight up sad.
Oh boy.
Listen, I was heavily into the bootleg anime scene.
Who wasn't? That was the only way you could get it without paying $30 or $40 for a
And
DVD.
guys, don't do that. And
Don't,
don't.
please.
Stop.
Don't do it.
You have Crunchyroll. We didn't have YouTube when we were in high school.
Oh my
you
God.
have Crunchyroll.
People have it so easy.
You
You have
couldn't stay up and do like
the
Tsunami
YouTube.
or anything.
I learned how to program a VCR.
Yep. I was like
honest to
recording
God,
it
I know
on
how
a
to program
on a
VCR.
VHS.
Oh yeah, I recorded Yu Yu Hakusho when it was on at like
Yes!
5 in the morning on
Okay,
Saturdays.
so I am
back.
gobsmacked that we haven't gotten the off topic yet. Like, wow. Did they talk about anime and Transformers? Our engineer today is super cool and he knows it.
Oh, yeah.
So, the other thing I was thinking, as far as parenting techniques go, is the really over-exaggerated, well, tell Optimus Prime, who is basically dad for B, that, you know, we're probably going to die, and I screwed up, and I'm sorry. And she's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, you want me to tell Grandpa that you... No, it's fine. And he goes, really? And how come you can't forgive yourself?
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, I see what you did there.
Because for a minute it was definitely, wow, that is really super dramatic. He does know that Optimus Prime is stuck in the polar south, right? Like,
Well-
he was playing her. Okay,
Well,
that makes
and
sense.
also just to kind of actually be without being like Strongarm, we are going to die. You
right.
need to, it's like if this happens to be the last message I ever leave, you know, I'm entrusting it with you.
Yeah.
So like, you know, as kind of a simultaneous like, this is how serious the situation is, while also being like still being able to kind of boost her morale a little bit at the same time.
Yeah, totally.
Well, the passive-aggressive parenting didn't work.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
if only there was another Autobot who could come with us.
I was like, oh, hey, Bumblebee, you're channeling my mother.
If only there was someone who could help me with the groceries.
Yep, that's like, no, literally that same like affliction in voice. My mom.
Now here's,
Oh, my
here's
parents do the, oh no, I'll do it.
Yeah. Oh,
Here's
God.
an interesting point brought up in the chat by Mr. Noah the Joker. Is anyone else wondering why they didn't turn the Decepticon hunters into fire hoses? I don't know that they have
I
that
don't think
ability.
they can.
I was gonna say, I don't think
It
they can do
be
that.
any weapon, but I don't think
Yeah.
a fire hose is a weapon.
It would be way
Unless
more,
you're in Die Hard.
It would be way more useful if they could just be whatever you needed.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it was like the room of requirement, but in a staff
Although,
form.
I will say that. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I will say that given how many fires have broken out in these woods,
No, for real.
it would be really helpful to have a bot like Heatwave who could
Oh,
like kind of
yeah.
counteract that.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was a little confused also because I was like, do we have nothing at all that we can do this? No, Bueller,
nothing.
anybody? I don't know.
Bueller.
Yeah.
What? Wow. Train of thought.
Sorry.
What got me at the beginning of the episode was, okay, I, the speedster, will stay here, and you, the SUV, go chase them.
Well, and actually, my favorite part
Okay.
of the entire episode was Grimm being like, "You gotta
Big is
see
beautiful.
how fast I've gotten."
And
And he just uses the hitch as a scooter, like a child's scooter.
After tying a cape around him.
Guys, this is how I
Is that
know
like a
that
kid?
Grimlock and I are just one because I was that person because I didn't know how to ride a bike until now, like literally like a week ago. That everybody else would be on bikes like let's go, and I'm like guys, I got this, and like get on my little razor scooter and just be like I got this. I'm so close. I'm gonna
Oh,
get
see,
there.
I would stand on the back axle of the bike. Like I had
Yeah.
a friend who had the bars, and I would just stand and hold on to the shoulders.
I
'cause
was-
I still can't ride a bike.
Yeah, I mean
That is
yeah.
not a thing that has occurred for me.
I also would like to I want to credit Allie for this, but she's absolutely right. What we really needed to resolve this episode was a rescue bots crossing.
Thank you.
Oh my god,
Yes, that would have been great.
Yeah, have blades fly overhead
Yeah.
with water, and then have Heatwave
Yeah.
down there on the ground. It's
Yeah.
fine.
It'd be beautiful.
Everything would have been great.
We could have had it.
I love it.
Actually, different timelines, so no, we can't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't know where they are. It's fine.
20 years into the past,
You never know. Figure it
Could
out.
happen.
or however many years into the past Prime is, we just don't know? Question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to ask
I
people
still
about
really,
that.
really want to know the answer to that question. I
Put it on the
do.
list.
Yeah.
Put it on the list. There is
Such
a
a
long
long
list of
list.
things
Like-
we want to know.
Yeah, just because I don't know. I would love it's the same thing like when you're watching shows that take place in the MCU in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
where you're watching something like Jessica Jones and
Why
going,
hasn't she run into
"Where-"
Daredevil yet?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
when is this happening? And then it's not till the last episode of the season that you're like, oh,
Okay, now I have
wanna
an
know where
idea.
this takes place.
Because S.H.I.E.L.D. is very good, and it has to stay in the
Oh, yeah,
boundaries
for
of
sure.
what's going on with the MCU, and
Yeah.
that's actually why it had such a lackluster first half, because they had to wait for Winter Soldier. And then things went crazy, and S.H.I.E.L.D. is glorious.
It really is.
Yeah, super.
Anyway,
I mean-
wrong show.
Yeah.
Yes, crossover. That has been the refrain of this episode tonight. It's just wrong show, go back.
I will say that, like, I know we talked about this a lot last season, but binging has really spoiled us. Because we have so many questions about this season, and we want to know, like, now.
Right.
Admittedly, our questions about Cybertron still stand.
I mean, no,
There
that's
has been
gonna be on our
zero
little scroll that we like
forever.
roll out for everybody and be like, just answer these questions, initial on the side, thank you.
Can I just read the World Bible for this? Can I see what the political history is?
I think we need to plan a
wanna know.
heist, guys.
Oh, for real.
Take over the hospital.
Well, we know where the
Just
studios
repel
are.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, just you imagine just like repelling, just like getting over there.
Ocean's
Mission
11 style.
I was thinking like fanboys. Grappling hook.
Yeah. We'll
We
come
should
in.
probably not do that.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll have to
lose our good
hire,
relationship with the
hire some
studio.
outside people though, because they know all of us.
I know.
That's actually very true. They do know our faces.
We just couldn't wait, you guys. We need answers. Yeah, that would go over extremely well. And by
Yeah.
extremely well, I mean not at all.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to hit on, because it made me laugh, is trying to install a towing hitch on B.
Oh,
and
boy.
B having to tow Grimlock.
That was
Muscle cars are not meant for that, you guys. They're just not.
Nope. Did not work out very well at all.
I was just like, what?
It's just uncomfortable for everyone involved.
I don't want to bring it up.
Installing it, and then you get the answer. It's like,
So like at least because never mind. I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Again, just uncomfortable to talk about.
I was sitting
that's
there
one of those older kid jokes.
Well, yeah, because I was really confused at what was happening because we were just looking at Bumblebee's car for a little, or his, and I was just like, okay, wait, why is fix it? And okay. Oh, okay, never mind, sorry.
And the
Never mind.
shippers go wild.
I mean,
Okay,
Yep.
we are.
Just in the just speaking of shipping,
Oh, boy.
there's a bunch of people, including Mr. Noah the Joker, and who else? Oh, Kiki Stubbs are talking about the bromance between Fix-It and Denny.
Yes. A little bit of that on Twitter
Which is-
as well.
Yeah,
okay,
I love it.
remind me before we move on to the next topic, didn't they like kind of butt heads
They
for a
did,
while, right?
but then
So now
they
they're
did,
like,
and now they and they
Okay.
resolved their differences, and now it's just pure bromance.
and now
Both of
they're
them, it was
dancing.
quit
yeah,
messing
that's
with
what
my
I'm saying.
stuff.
Yeah, because I was sitting there going, wait a minute.
I
And
love
now
the
they actually
security overrides.
Yeah, they have
Yes.
like
Sparkbreaker 1 and coolest dad ever. Like, okay.
and like specifically that is the standard operating procedure. It goes Fix It and Denny working in tandem together.
Yeah.
That's
works
not
really
really
well.
something that we would have seen in the first
No.
probably 20 episodes
No.
of this past season.
No.
Well, we got it fairly early on in the season. Well, halfway through. give or
Halfway
take.
through, maybe 15 episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thereabouts.
It was just hitting me in a weird. It was just I was seeing it going. Wait a minute, weren't they having issues together? And then I couldn't remember if there was the episode that like brought.
I mean,
There
together.
was,
I'm
yeah.
sure,
and that's why I said I
I'm
couldn't remember
sure
what it
there's
was.
still a little bit of like stepping on toes because when Denny like grabbed him and like did his
Yes.
little happy dance, he was like, "Whoa, let's not
don't
do that
ever do
again."
that
Wait a minute.
So I'm sure there's
Boundaries.
still a little bit of that
Yeah, of
sort of
course.
thing, but like I like for the most part that we've gotten past.
Yeah.
it.
Also, can we bring that up? I mean, this might just be because cartoon, but like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fix It is. I feel like he's pretty heavy. So the fact that Denny's just like, yeah, like full like Dirty Dancing style, I was just like,
Who do you think organized the entire junkyard?
yeah, you know what? That makes
Yeah.
sense. He does have his own
That
kind of strain.
man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Uh,
Thank you for answering my question.
yeah.
He's on wheels.
If there is anything,
Emma wanted to bring
Oh
something.
no, I was just gonna say there was a little argument in the chat over what a chassis was. Chassis is basically just it's the frame
the
of the
framework
car.
of the car,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. So they were trying to equate it to specific parts of the anatomy. It's kind of like the skeleton.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
closest
so
thing.
funny.
Yeah.
Go
if
ahead.
there's anything we haven't covered, chat, let us know. I know
Yeah.
we've got a bit of a delay, so by the time you guys get this message, we will have already talked about iTunes.
Yay!
I find a way to segue into this every week, I swear.
But you are always on point.
Yeah.
Every time.
Always.
Yeah. I am.
Super.
Thank you so
100%.
much to everyone who's left a review. You know we adore you. We don't have any new ones this week, so we don't have any shout outs to give. But if you want to shout out on the show, the best thing you can do to help us out is to go onto iTunes, subscribe to the podcast, rate us 5 stars, leave a review. Because here's the fun thing. You know Hasbro has its eye on us. Yeah? You've seen this? We've all seen this?
Yes.
Guess who reads reviews? People who are interested in coming on the show, people who are interested in listening to the show or watching it. So the best thing you can do if you want us to stay on the air and continue to talk about giant robots is to go on there and leave that rating and leave that review. Because We love you guys. You know we do. And we would love to keep doing this. And if you'd like to help us out, that is how. Does Chad have anything to say about what we may or may not have missed? I don't think we've missed much, really.
I don't think we did.
Really.
To be honest.
Facial expressions.
Okay.
Exclamation
do
or
those.
long
Facial
thing.
expressions.
That's what Night Chick says. I think just in regards to something that we discussed a lot. I feel like on the first episode of this go around where we were talking about how just like the animation has definitely
it's just been so amazing.
It's kind of like it's kind of like watching Ruby.
Yeah, it is.
Where it's like you're seeing them finesse, the system that they're working with,
Absolutely.
as they're working on it. So every
great.
season you'll see improvements.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely.
There's just a lot more people working on this than there are on Ruby.
I mean,
Ruby is made with the equivalent of the spare change you get out of the couch and a bag of Cheetos.
That poor overworked
whoa,
crew.
that was a really good one. I just like sorry.
I can't take credit for it. Someone on Tumblr said it, and I've adopted it because it's accurate.
No, I like it.
Anyway, we have any final thoughts on the episode?
No, I just want to address, so in the chat, Marcy Dalmatian keeps bringing up the character of Judy from Zootopia. I haven't seen Zootopia yet,
So
guys.
no
I'm really
spoilers,
sorry.
no spoilers.
It's so good.
I understand what you're going for.
Yeah.
Feel free to tweet me if you want to talk about it, but no spoilers.
I just
the movie's
wanted-
been out for like 4 days.
I was going to say, I just wanted to let you know, like, I wasn't ignoring you. I saw you. I just haven't seen Zootopia, and I feel like a lot of people in the chat probably haven't either. So, yeah, talk to Katie, and I'll let you know when I've seen it.
Spoiler warnings are definitely still up on that one. So, be kind. Don't spoil things. Movie's really good. Do we have any predictions?
Like I said, I just want my Zealot team up episode. if they present this character,
There it is!
there it
Kind
is.
of buried the lead on that one.
Megan's like, I have something to say.
Just go.
into it.
And it's,
You can do the light show around me.
No, I would be really bummed if they presented a character like this and then did not bring Springload back in some capacity.
You got away.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, that is not the Fast and the Furious here. Got away. Oh, what if they wind up with Hungry Like the Wolf?
They might.
But
But we also know that there's this other Decepticon team on a spaceship.
Well, and lizards and insects don't always get
Usually
along.
get on,
I
that's
was gonna
right.
say.
But we have a bunch of insects, a couple of underbites, and a wolf
Yeah.
hanging out there. which
underbites.
I can't wait to see them again. Because
Oh,
this
man.
episode was also very devoid of them.
Is
Yeah.
it too much to hope that we get Waspinator in the coming episode?
Oh, that'd be kind of awesome.
My universe hate Waspinator.
Just bring back Scott McNeil. It's fine.
Yeah, that's
guys.
fine. That's all we need, really.
Have him voice like everyone.
Sure.
Because he's Scott McNeil.
Yeah,
and he's fully capable.
Yeah, every character we have not seen yet on Transformers Skies.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Except for the arachnid reskin.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
no.
well, yeah.
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 We'll get Tara Strong. She also voices everyone.
Yes, and I'm okay with this also.
Yes. Any further predictions, or are we about good?
No.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever the future brings.
The episodes are going to be
18.
so good.
Oh, wait,
Really, I'm playing so many favorites because I love Drift.
I do
Let's
too.
be real.
Yeah, no,
I am
really
ready
do.
to see the OA team
I
again.
do. I would love to see them again.
Yep.
All right. Well, it looks like that is all we have for this evening. Emma, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Emma Fyffe, on Instagram at Emma Fyffe. I recently got Snapchat. I don't
did?
I don't
broke your rule?
I don't think I like it.
What?
But I'm 60% F, so 60% spelled out and then the letter F on Snapchat because apparently somebody already had Emma Fyffe.
What?
So that's weird. So
Someone already had Kiaxet on Snapchat
I know.
too. It's weird.
Super weird.
Someone wants to be
Anyway,
us.
but yeah, if you want to snap me or look at the dumb things that I post on Snapchat, which I don't know why you would, it's on there. You can also see me on a bunch of shows here at AfterBuzz TV. Stick around later tonight. I will be doing the Bob's Burgers after show. Also, Star Wars Rebels and Face Off on Wednesdays, and many other things sprinkled in there. Just follow me on the Twitters, and you'll know about it.
You can find me all over social media as atorres890. Please follow my vlogs on youtube.com/ps890. I talk about random things during the week, and I also do a thing called Hump Day Lunch Hour. Get out and get your mind out of the gutters.
Do it.
And it's just me talking on Wednesdays during my lunch hour in my car, just talking about random topics. We talked about social media actually last week.
Nice. Guys, I'm Megan. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @themenguin. That's TheMenguin. I'm also on a bunch of shows here at AfterBuzz, and I write articles for The Movie Chick. That's Chick with 2 Ks. Be sure to check those out.
And I'm Katie Cullen. You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram at Kiaxet. That's Kiaxet. I am also on Snapchat at Kia Prime because I swear we've got people that are trying to be us and it's super weird. If you want to follow me on Snapchat, it's cat pictures. That's what I do with my life.
And it's great.
I am on Blind Spot on Tuesday nights. I am on Star Wars Rebels on Wednesdays. I occasionally fill in for Legends of Tomorrow's on Thursdays. And Arrow will be back eventually. It's on spring break. For like 3 weeks. But it'll be back and it'll be awesome. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. And as always, rev up and roll out.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Illumination through acceleration!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.